Hey everyone, welcome back. We're jumping right into the Develow code editor to solve a subscription invoice formatting problem. Let's take a look at the problem. We have a bug on our application's invoice screen that we really need to clean up. Right now, the invoice is displaying raw, unformatted database values directly to the user. First, the payment amounts are completely wrong. A $29 plan is showing up as $2,900. Second, our proration credit isn't displaying as a negative number. And finally, the issue date is just spitting out a raw ISO timestamp, which is basically unreadable for a normal user. So, what should this actually look like? Well, we want the $2,900 to correctly render as $29. We need that credit to clearly show a negative sign, like -$5. And we want that ugly timestamp converted into a clean, short date, like February 1, 2026. Let's walk through the process of fixing this. I'll open up the File Explorer on the left, in the Web folder, go inside the Source folder, and open up format.js. This file is responsible for taking our raw data and making it look pretty. Let's look at the format money function first. It's using JavaScript's built-in number formatter, which is the standard way to do this. But since billing systems typically store money in whole cents to avoid decimal math errors, passing raw cents directly into this formatter makes it think we are passing in whole dollars. Let's go over to Develow and ask how to handle this specific scenario. I'm going to ask, I have a value in integer cents, including negative cents for credits. How do I properly format this into a standard US dollar string using JavaScript? Since your value is in cents, you need to divide by 100 to convert it to standard currency units before formatting. JavaScript's Intel. Number format automatically handles negative numbers and places the minus sign correctly, so you don't need any special if statements for credits. That makes perfect sense. To fix this, all we have to do is go into our code and divide our cents variable by 100 right inside the format method. And as the AI pointed out, the built-in formatter is smart enough to handle our negative credits automatically. Now let's tackle format date. Right now, it's just a placeholder that returns the raw string. We need to format this properly, but there's a catch. We have to lock it to UTC time zone so the date doesn't accidentally shift backwards if a user opens the invoice in a different local time zone. Let's ask Develow the best way to do this. I have an ISO date string February 1st, 2026 at midnight UTC in raw format. How do I format this into a short human-readable date explicitly locked to UTC in JavaScript? To format an ISO string into a short date locked to UTC, you should pass the string into a JavaScript date object, and then use the built-in date formatter with the time zone UTC option. Perfect. The AI gave us exactly what we need. We wrap our raw ISO string in a new date constructor, and then we pass it through JavaScript's native date formatter. By adding time zone UTC, we guarantee the invoice date will always be completely stable, no matter where the customer lives. I'll just copy this configuration and paste it right into our function. So, let's break down exactly what this configuration is doing before we use it. First, notice at the very end of the code, we are wrapping our ISO variable in a new date constructor. We have to do this because our raw ISO timestamp is just plain text. The built-in formatter can't do its magic on plain text. It needs us to convert that string into a real, readable JavaScript date object first. Next, let's look at those formatting options inside the object. We set month to short because we specifically want the 3-letter abbreviation, like Feb, instead of the full word February, or just the number 2. We set the day to numeric, so it gives us a clean 1 without any weird leading zeros. And finally, we set the year to numeric, so we get the full 4-digit 2026. This exact combination of properties is what takes our messy data and builds that perfect, human-readable February 1, 2026 layout. Let's save our changes and trigger the automated tests to make sure our math and formatting match what the system expects. Awesome. The tests pass cleanly. Now for the best part, let's actually spin up the app. and see what the user sees. Look at how much better that is. The issue date now cleanly reads, issued Feb 1, 2026. Looking at our line items, the growth plan is properly listed at $29. The extra seats are $10. And that proration credit is displaying flawlessly as -$5. It all tallies up to a correct total due of 34. By making sure we convert cents to dollars and lock our dates to UTC, our UI looks incredibly clean and professional. See you in the next one.